Hey guys, so PAX happened. It sucked because I wasn't there.
But it was awesome!
It sucked that I had to hear how awesome it was from a third party. But yeah, PAX was amazing. Ryan, you were there. Who else were you with?
I was with Will, Jen, Kat, Logan, and Ben from the Game Fanatics, some of our writers and our editors. It was really great. We were right outside the convention hall. We did a quick wrap up, and then we were just talking about how what was on the show floor and what the stuff we played. So check it out.
It's a PAX extravaganza, guys.
Hey guys, this is the Game Fanatics at PAX 2012. My name is William Harmon, and I'm here with...
I'm Ben.
Logan Meyer.
Katarina. Jennifer.
I'm Ryan, and I'm cold. It is kind of cold.
Alright, so this expo has shown a lot of awesome games. Some games that we were looking forward to, some games we haven't seen before, and we're going to talk about it. So, Kay, why don't you start with...
Okay, so the thing that I'm most excited for was The Last of Us. That was pretty much the one game that I wanted to check out, and I wouldn't expect anything less than perfect from Naughty Dog because they're just good at what they do. So when I saw The Last of Us, I was really impressed. The beginning of what we saw was something that we've already seen, but then halfway through we just saw a lot of gritty violence and fighting, and it was just really freaking cool. And it was like a live demo, so Arnie was in the back playing it, and it was just really awesome.
Did they bash anyone with a brick in their head?
Yeah, we got the brick. We saw like a pipe, just somebody get beat with a pipe. I mean, it was crazy. It was really good stuff.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it.
It was awesome.
The animations were really fluid.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Very fluid, and I noticed a lot was really good with the sound. Like when they fell off the elevator or then they fell off the ledge and onto the elevator, it was just like the impact of them on the elevator was so good.
Did they show a lot?
I loved it.
Did they show a lot what the girl does more than like what's her role?
She's pretty much sneaking around with you the whole time.
Yeah,
I feel like
she's like an assistant to you.
Yeah.
Like she knocked down a ladder to the main character, so.
Does she have like a dedicated button like, hey, help me here?
I was actually wondering that during the gameplay, like if there was a button like call her, like stay back, there's enemies sort of thing.
They did also show that there was going to be the whole like step jump. Joel helps her up a lot, and then she advances and gets things for you to use. I mean, it's really cool. It's really cool stuff.
So I didn't actually get to see the Last of Us demo, but we're saying that you play as the guy primarily, the girl is completely a side character.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Well, I mean, how weird would it to be, like, beating up people as a 15-year-old girl? I don't think you could do that.
So, I mean, some games have you switch, I don't know.
Pokemon, you're like a 9-year-old, right? Cockfighting. That's what it is.
Fine.
It's great life lessons.
So, okay, was there any game here that really failed to impress you?
Fireball. I was so unimpressed with it, and I was really upset because I thought that it was going to be your typical, here's a game, here's 2 main characters, you have a bunch of missions, and, a certain amount of chapters. There's a beginning and an end. But it ended up just being an open world MMO, and you can play it for 15 years and pretty much spend all of your time doing the same exact thing every time. And, I thought it was just going to be about the guy and the girl. I don't know their names, but the 2 jacked people that look beautiful.
He's from American Gladiator.
And you can be this custom character that doesn't resemble anything that you've seen in any of the trailers. And I'm like, well, where are the characters? And where is my objective? And what am I doing in a way, And I watched like 3 cinematic trailers when I met with David, and it was like when he showed me the game, I was like, wow, like this is that? Like it was 2 completely different things, and I was just like, wow, that's totally not what I thought it was going to be at all, and I was a little disappointed.
What do you think it was going to be?
I thought it was going to be like an actual game, like a beginning and an end, having a mission, and you play as the two characters, the guy and the girl. But I didn't know it was going to be like a typical PC MMO. Open world, like, you know, you can play it for 15 years, like, wow, and all that stuff, and you just keep playing it and never really achieve a goal, I feel like, you know?
Yeah, Firefall is definitely like one half MMO, one half competitive shooter, and if you're going into it looking for a strong narrative, you're gonna find it in an MMO style. It's not gonna be a beginning, middle, end, you know. So, Logan, I know you're looking to talk about some Assassin's Creed.
For sure. I've been a fan of the Assassin's Creed series ever since it came out, and Assassin's Creed 3 is improving on everything that those other games has been failing to do so. Like, it's incorporating missions just by the characters. You're not going to a person with a marker over their head to go do a mission. Like, they'll see you kill a guard or something, they're like, hey, you, come over here, let's go, I need your help for something, because I saw you be a badass, so I want you to be a badass for me.
Right, the fluid mission presentation definitely seemed like a step up above. I mean, I played 1 and 2, and 2 was good, 2 was awesome, I had a great time, but in 1 I just remember, yeah, it was little markers and you just walked up to guys and it didn't feel super realistic. But yeah, it definitely looked awesome. I mean, I can't imagine that you're the only one that saw the Assassin's Creed.
What did you think about the whole parkour thing they had at the panel? They had a guy running around dressed up as Connor.
Like we all expected that. Like, I know Jen was like, I knew it was going to happen. I was like, yeah. Because when you saw it all set up, you're like, Connor's going to come out here, he's going to do some parkour.
Yeah, we, over at the panel, they had like, after the question, before the Q&A, they had like a bunch of barrels and the carts. And they had like some guy dressed up as Connor flipping around. It was pretty cool.
It's a good way to introduce it, I would say.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a game that's worth the excitement that it's generating.
For sure.
However, you weren't talking so highly of the Borderlands 2 booth.
Well, yeah. With a game coming out in what, 2 weeks or so, and people waiting up to 4 hours just to play it, like, you know, there's other stuff here that you should be checking out instead of a game for
it's a huge booth. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, it has a really cool statue. I will give it that.
Yeah, they definitely.
Got some pictures.
Dude, the statues here just kind of in general. I mean, Borderlands 2 balled out with the statues.
Yeah.
And
Firefall had one.
Yeah, Firefall has had one.
League of Legends one that's right there.
Yeah, League of Legends, when you come in and outside the main expo hall, there's some presentation.
Well, Firefall, they had the statue and the people cosplaying as the people in the statue the statue. That was kind of surreal.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Firefall, I don't know if you guys saw the food truck, but they had a food truck out a block away that was all done up like a spaceship and shit.
Yeah.
Like it was definitely kind of a spectacle.
We didn't get to eat, the food ran out.
The Assassin's Creed food.
Yeah.
Missed out on.
Yeah, we got Assassin's Creed food flyers by the time we got there, all gone.
Styrofoam shit. Leave that out.
It's not up to you.
So Jen, Halo 4.
Yes, awesome. Okay, I know it's Halo 3, but I gotta show it. It's awesome. Just picture a 4 there. I mean, there you go. I mean, it's Halo. Either you hate it or you love it. With Halo, I did hate it at first because I was PlayStation. And then I started getting into Xbox, and I'm like,
Traitor.
okay.
You're a traitor.
No, she's on our clan.
Dude,
I said Drake in the dust, okay?
I'm with Kay on this one.
Freaking, no, we have Marcus Phoenix and Master Chief.
Yeah, you got
And
just
Coltrane.
Marcus Phoenix.
And Coltrane!
Okay.
Choo.
Oh yeah, Coltrane.
Coltrane.
That's okay. He's the one guy. But no, so tell us what it was like to get your hands on Halo 4.
I mean, it was just amazing. That was like the first game I wanted to try because it's Halo. It's gonna have the line. So we got there. We played. What was it? It was a flag.
Yeah, Capture the Flag was first.
Yes.
This was before I found out that you can beat people with the flag, which is awesome. You can like impale them.
That is badass.
It is awesome. And also before, when you're running around with the flag in previous installments, you just have the flag. You have nothing. You can melee them, but that's it. With Halo 4, you have the flag and you have a magnum. So you can shoot them. It's like, all right, you want to come after me? Nope, I shoot you. It's awesome.
All right,
and slight improvements. It's just.
And this was definitely cool because Halo 4 had playable demos. You know, sometimes they just have one that you watch, and they've got big booths. Halo 4 was it wasn't flashy. Like the booth itself wasn't flashy. They just had consoles lined up, and they totally just let the.
You don't need to be flashy with Halo.
Microsoft's whole booth is just like, oh, it's over there. I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have anything really.
Well, they totally just let the game speak for themselves, and it was a fun time. We had a good time with that one.
Because we all know and love Halo.
Yeah.
Right.
Do we really have to go all out?
I mean, it's Halo.
Dude, but it was kind of cool though, because when I was playing it, you know, I'll like do a revenge kill, and then I'll get to call in an ordnance, like maybe a new weapon or maybe an overshield, and that was pretty cool. So that was like a Modern Warfare kind of touch to it.
Yeah, that was kind of neat actually. I didn't even realize till halfway through when we were playing the team deathmatch or whatever they call it, Infinity
Slayer.
Yeah, a bit that I could call in extra supplies and be like, I want a new gun. Well, there it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was kind of neat. But also, why don't you tell us a little bit about Riptide, the Dead Island?
Well, Riptide, he's a huge Dead Island fan.
I love Dead Island. Dead Island is I beat Dead Island. That was Sam B. Who do you voodoo? But anyway, so they showed us. So the story is, not a big spoiler. You leave the island, Dead Island. They crash and they're in another island where it's a Riptide because.
Apparently these people just have the worst
Yes, they have the worst helicopter ever.
They just love islands.
So you crash. The whole island's half underwater, hence Riptide, and so boating is the way to go around. The mission they showed us was they had it's kind of like tower defense and Call of Duty Zombies, where you have to fortify an area, and when you fortify, you put mines around, and then they turn on a pump. That pump is supposed to help you with something. I don't know. It's mission based, but then it has all the zombies just attack you. So you have to hold off the position, put back up the barricades, shoot people. I mean, shoot the zombies, not the people. But it was,
They're kind of people. They used to be people.
Yeah, they used to be people. And then you can put together landmines. You can put together stuff like in Dead Island. You can put together your cool weapons. So it's
I like the fences.
The fences are really cool. So
you can either put them up or throw them at them.
So it looks the same. Maybe I don't know if there's a slight graphical improvement, but the gameplay and the objectives are different. Back in the first Dead Island, it's a lot of fetch quests. Fetch me this, kill that.
Yeah.
This one is more dynamic, and I'm really excited about it.
And I also really liked the boat. You could the new boat, and then you could run over the zombies in the water.
They can pull you down.
Yeah,
They can pull you in the water. That's pretty cool.
Really cool.
All right. Ben, why don't you tell us? You went through the indie section, right?
I saw a lot of cool indie games. I have a couple on here because there's so many. This company called Clay, I believe, they made Shank 2. So it's the same beautiful art style for both these games I'll talk about. It's Don't Starve. It's like Minecraft, but it's a survival game, 2D. And you go and you have to build something to chop down a tree, then you get the tree, and then you get the wood, and yada yada.
Wasn't that drawn, right? It was
drawn? It's hand drawn.
Hand drawn,
it's beautiful.
It was really cool.
Is it like Terraria?
It's like Terraria, but you have to really survive at night. Like if you don't have fire, the screen is black. You cannot see at all. So you have to have fire, and if you can't see, the spider things will eat you.
That sounds very interesting.
It's very fun. I don't know if it's coming out soon, but it's gonna be on Steam. Really cool game.
It's awesome.
And then Mark of the Ninja, which comes out this Friday. This is coming out Friday. Same people did Shank 2 also. But you're a ninja now. It looks like Shank 2, still beautiful, but it's a 2D stealth-based game. You're running around, side-scroller.
Right.
And you can go through vents, stealth kill people. You got a little grappling hook. It's very fast and smooth. Y'all should go check it out when you have time. It's very fun. And then next week too.
Yeah.
I didn't know already coming out.
Hope you get a view copy.
There's 17 games in here. Today I took out Card Hunter, which is a browser-based game. It's a DM. It's going for the old tabletop style game. Your little party members are little 2D paper people on the board. Grid-based, so it's like Fire Emblem, but with cards. You build a deck, but you equip a sword, right? The sword will give you 3 or 4 new cards in the deck. So the deck you have for each character is based upon equipment that you find. And then you make the moves, turn on. It's really fun, and as I said, it's the dungeon master kind of telling you stuff. You beat the first level, and it's oh, here's the treasure. And then he's oh wait, there's something coming, and you have to fight a dragon. And it's just really cool to see that. And I saw the world map. It's freaking huge. And it's also a free game. Free-to-play game.
But it's not out yet.
It's not out yet. Beta starts soon, in a month or so. That also, all these indie games, beautiful 2D art. indie games, which I love.
Very cool.
Legit.
Wasn't Journey an indie game? I know it's like way off topic. But
It is technically, I think.
Journey,
I
no,
haven't played it,
no,
but
they
I've heard
are.
awesome things about it.
Journey was that game company. They have a first party contract, I think, with Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The last
so
game
their
was
Flower Flow Journey. They are a whole nother level. They are awesome.
Yeah, after what they did.
But so also you were talking about Fable. What was this? Fable Connect.
Fable Connect. If you remember the very good game called Star Wars Connect, which was awful.
Oh, amazing.
This is a very good sequel to that, just as bad. The problem with these Connect games is you watch people play them and they're like,
But don't you get to ride a horse?
not in the demo.
Totally makes up for it.
You were casting
It's
spells.
okay, guys. It has terrible controls,
That's
but
worse.
you get to
And it's
ride
really
a horse.
slow. Like the enemies, there's like a spider going to fight you, and it's like dun 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 dun. Dun. It's like the slowest stage. You're like, do I do something? Because the controls are so unresponsive. They have to give you 20 seconds to kill one freaking spider, so you actually have a chance. Some people are like, oh, I missed. Oh, it didn't do it right. Like, can I have a controller, please? Give me a freaking controller.
I'm done here.
It would be cool if it was not with a Kinect.
Well,
Nice.
Or if the Kinect worked.
Yeah,
Star Wars
I mean,
Connect had I'm Han Solo.
That's really good
that's
benefit. Thank you.
there's a selling point. Go buy
Digging-
Kinect.
yeah, I mean, the Kinect's got potential, but it's definitely
It needs-
It's not
they're
ready.
still they're
Kinect
working
2.
on it.
Kinect 2.
They're working on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say.
We saw Kinect 2.
So I actually got to try this awesome game. We were going to the Reverb booth when I'm 99% sure it was called Primal Carnage.
It's Primal Carnage. It's
Okay, so Primal Carnage is just a silly premise. You are humans. It's just a multiplayer game, as far as I could tell.
It is.
And you're humans. You've got guns, and you're fighting dinosaurs.
Yes.
So one team is the humans, the other team's the dinosaurs, and that's basically it. Like we were talking to the developers, and they were just like, "No, seriously. I mean, we know it's simple, but it's dinosaurs."
They were talking about how like they like the Genesis Jurassic Park where you played as a raptor, and it's like
played that
let's
game.
make
That
that
game's
into a multiplayer game.
Yeah. So you've got raptors, and you've got what were the spitting ones? What are the spitting? I always forget. They're in Jurassic Park. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. They killed Dennis Nedney. It's
hair goes like,
yeah, exactly.
Pterodons, maybe a pterodon.
not hair, but you know what I
Exactly.
mean.
You got the spitting one, and you got the Tyrannosaurus, who's slow and gigantic and really easy to shoot. But every time he eats people, he like heals himself, so he just does like a chain react. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's just as simple, but just as awesome as you would ever imagine a gigantic multiplayer humans versus dinosaurs carnage would
It's
be.
like a class-based shooter with
Yeah, it was a
dinosaurs.
class-based suit shooter with dinosaurs. Like you had like demo guys, flamethrower
That's
guys,
amazing.
There's a
assault
net
like
guy that
machine
kept
gun
getting
guys, snipers, and then the other
And the
team is just.
dinosaur.
And
badass.
there's a pterodactyl where you can fly down and pick up one of the humans and like fly off with him and then drop him later. Like that's the whole class
The
premise.
humans can shoot a net at the pterodactyls and then they'll fall down. And,
Yeah, dude, the pterodactyl's hard to play.
yeah.
I almost got someone and then I immediately got shotgunned.
That's supposed to come out real soon.
And so this is the one that actually surprised me. I want to talk a second about Dishonored. Because I was really excited about Dishonored at first because of all the trailers I've seen, and then when I got my hands on it at the booth, it didn't flow quite right. And I know we've got some mixed opinions here. So does anyone here agree with me that it wasn't quite what they thought it was going to be?
I was whelmed and underwhelmed at the same time. Like I liked the variety of powers and everything, but like traversing the world and like telling if they could see me or not, and if they given up, just seemed weird. It didn't quite fit. You can only use one power at a time, which also I have like 20 powers. You're giving me one and a knife. I don't know.
And then you run out of juice too quick, and then it's
Yeah.
like, well, how do I fill back up? Because I want to like possess this person.
Like I'll just go hide in a corner.
I liked it, but I felt like you run out of I don't even know what it was called, mana or something like that, really quick.
Mana.
And
Magic power.
Yeah, magic power. And then how do you get it back? And I also couldn't figure out how to run for the first like 5 minutes, and I just kept getting killed by those big guys that were walking around.
I thought I was overpowered because all I did was slow down time, stab the guy. He was like, hey,
Yeah.
slow down time, stab the
Like,
guy.
yeah.
And I was like, what the hell?
I got seen and there were like 10 people coming after me, and I just held out in this room like force pushing and throwing rats at
Just
people,
rolled out.
and they're just
Force
stabbing people, and I'd turn around and there's a cowering maid in the corner like, oh Sorry,
Rats on them.
murdered everyone.
I actually led 2 of the Lady Boyles into the bathroom. So my bathroom became like a killing chamber. And like there was 2 of them dead in there. And then the last one I just sneaked and killed her behind a grand piano. But it was really cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked
It was
it.
alright. It just didn't flow well with me. I like the rats, and that was pretty much it. You send out the rats, and the rats start eating up anyone. And the guy just sitting there chilling out. Rats go eat him.
I think it's really gross though when the maids would walk around and they'd be like, ew, and they just like stomp on them and they just like turn into blood splatters. Like it was so gross.
Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying, Ben, about you pull up this power wheel and you do have like 20 options, and you can either use your crossbow or a magic power.
Yeah.
Like you can't use both. You can't use
have the knife out.
Yeah, you always have to use the knife because it's also like an assassination, like a stealth game. But so I tried to play it. The guy said you can play it without killing anyone. So I tried to do time freezing, switching to, the sleeping darts. It just seemed like if you were trying to play the game at a fast pace, there would be like constantly breaking the action to pull up that menu wheel, to read, to switch powers, to switch to weapons, just because you can't have more than one thing readied at a time. So you'd constantly break the
action. Hotkeys on the D-pad, so you could do that, but then it's still just 4.
Right. So, I love the theme, I love the aesthetics, but the gameplay, it just didn't quite click with me.
One thing too I want to point out is I sat there and watched people play, and I was sitting there like, I never saw any of this. There were so many ways you could get into that building that I never even saw. That's really cool.
Right.
Also, I really liked how you could look in the keyholes. Like, I feel, you could look in there and figure out what you need to do, but I also just feel like you'd look in there half the time and be like, well, how am I supposed to get to that? Like, I felt like there was so many options of places to go. And
Sam Fisher your way in.
Where do I start? Like, where do I start,
Right. So another thing we saw, Ryan and I had an awesome interview with THQ, and we saw Company of Heroes 2.
That is amazing, and it's really hard.
So I never played Company of Heroes 1, but Company of Heroes 2 it's like an RTS with a higher emphasis on strategy. Like if you're used to StarCraft or something, this game has so many more bells and whistles. It's like your units are slowed down it takes place in Russia in the wintertime, so there's snow.
It's when Germany was invading Russia during the horrible snowstorm.
Yeah, it's the Eastern Front.
Yeah.
So Eastern Front of World War II, but like the depth of the snow gets taken into gameplay by slowing your units so you can melt it with your flamethrowers and then you can move faster. The temperature can drop and then your guys will start freezing to death unless you build campfires, and missions seem to be based around like strategic locations that would grant you a point value that would then diminish your enemy's point. It was very complicated. That's not a bad thing.
It's just a lot of factors that take.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that really get in. I don't know if anyone's played Hearts of Iron.
No.
Ever. Hearts of Iron is only if you're very, very serious business. It's like Risk times 1,000. But so this was kind of like your standard RTS, maybe times 10. There was definitely more to keep in mind than just zealots counter zerglings. It was way more than that.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I don't want to get my hands.
The sound effects were awesome.
I called in a plane. I heard through my headphones. I was like,
yeah, it was. The sound was cool. The visuals were awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you are not deterred by the complexity, that the game will be really amazing. I'm not an RTS buff. I lost in like 4 minutes.
Did you beat me? You won it like...
the real skirmish match? I was how do I build depots? Oh wait, I'm getting mortared to death. So, do you guys have anything else? Like anything else that really stood out that we haven't talked about?
I played Metal Gear Rising and I loved the hell out. Jen was afraid of me. She was like, because I was like fighting and you push X. The fighting reminds me a lot of maybe these Sleeping Dogs and Batman, where you take on multiple people and you parry. But then when you beat them up enough, you hit the left trigger, slow down time, and you slash the hell out of them. And I kept doing that because you can.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Metal Gear Rising actually surprised me. I didn't know almost anything about it before we got our hands on it. And I'm like, Metal Gear, right? Yeah. I'm like creeping around. And then all of a sudden I'm like, what? I'm playing Devil May Cry. Yeah. So it didn't feel like a Metal Gear game. Which, again, It's different. You know, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not Snake. It's cyborg ninja Raiden with a sword between his toes, kicking robots in half. You know, it was different.
Down Ferris wheels.
Yes, yeah. So you were supposed to. The rep told me that I could slice a Ferris wheel to drop it on an enemy, but I was like, but right when I was slicing the last guy up. But,
Right.
but
Right.
I just love your animation.
So,
Yeah, the time slowing thing can get out of hand pretty quickly.
yes. And I also played Devil May Cry. I hate the way Dante looks. Looks like a punk kid, looks retarded, and I don't like it. Gameplay is solid as hell. It's really good. Fighting is really good. He has quick pulls, and like he can pull himself to enemies, kind of like Nero in the Devil May Cry 4. Yeah, Devil May Cry 4. He can pull himself there, and then he can also like pull people towards him, or he can pull himself towards the guys. And there are scenes where like the world will try to crush you. Like what happens is there's the normal world, and then there's then the demons will take you to the demon world, and they'll start warping the world around you. So there are parts where you have to run away and pull yourself through things just to escape. Looks good, feels right, feels just like a good Devil May Cry game. But man, I don't like looking at him. I don't like looking at him.
Another game actually that I just remembered that looked really good was Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So we got to kind of watch some gameplay. It looks like, I mean, ever since I first saw it, I kind of was immediately reminded of the hyper cinematic interactive style that Uncharted brings.
Definitely.
And so except this appears to be darker. Like this is like a young Laura. She's not as cocky as Drake. She doesn't have like the witticisms, it seems, you know.
She's just scared of everything.
Yeah, she's
like, I'm lost in a cave and I'm really scared. And cut up and very scared.
Yeah, like you see her, she's got like blood all over her face
She's
and
gorgeous.
blood everywhere.
She looks gorgeous.
She looks gorgeous.
Yeah,
but
she does. I really do like
the
the new Laura model. is very good.
She's cute.
But she is all kinds of beat up in this demo.
Yeah.
And
Your women beat up. Jeez.
I saw anyway, slight tangent. I saw a guy cosplay as like a man Lara Croft.
Yeah, we saw man Lara Croft a few days ago.
Man Croft, it was great.
yeah, and it was good. Like the gameplay seemed to flow. They had the interactive climbing bits with you know like the train in Uncharted. Like it's falling apart as you're climbing up it, and you've got to.
Somebody took notes. I'll just say that.
Yes, definitely.
Somebody took notes.
You know, it is very much in the same spirit, which is totally a good thing because Uncharted was awesome, and this is taking that same style and taking it, I guess, in a less action, more drama, thriller,
direction.
like scary direction, I guess. Not scary, but dark. Whatever.
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you, but like Liu Kang and Raiden over there, like.
Focus! Focus!
Getting distracted. What's going on over there? Ryan.
Liu Kang, yeah.
It's okay. It's a dude with his shirt off. We forgive you.
He's cold. I'm cold. Why is he not cold? Liu Kang, are you cold?
So I guess games aside, right? Because the expo's more than just games. You guys mentioned the cosplayer. You know, there's some awesome outfits going around. There was also the League of Legends North American regionals going on.
That was so ridiculous.
So epic. It was so huge.
It was so
Did you guys actually go to watch any of that? Like,
I saw a little bit.
it was.
People went apeshit. Excuse my French, but like people went apeshit. I was in a panel in the room like adjacent to that arena, and it was insane how loud it was. And you just have people screaming, "We are legends!" and like everybody is just freaking out. And I mean, it was really cool to like see, but.
Yeah, people.
I was just, yeah, exactly.
It was.
It's all about esports.
It was esports, and they're not
People
joking.
ate that up.
They went nuts. And I mean, Jen, you and I caught the first day. We got here like 8 a.m. on Thursday, and we were like, well, we got 7 hours to kill. And they had like a live band up there.
Yeah, it was a huge thing.
We found those bean bags, and we were hanging out with a few of the guys from Curse over there. It was cool.
I've never played League of Legends, and seeing that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it out.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely an event. I mean, how many people do you think fit in that room?
Maybe
not
1,000.
1,000. Really? You think 1,000?
Okay, fine.
I was gonna say a few
Fine,
hundred.
fine.
You know, like 500.
Yeah, but every nook and cranny you went in, there were people.
Yeah, definitely. We were definitely.
No matter where you went, there was people.
We were definitely violating some fire codes. There was no escape route. If that room caught ablaze, everyone would go
I was
down.
walking around and I ran into the room. I was like, it's like they were piping epic music. It was like, oh.
Yeah, that was probably the single biggest event here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean that was intense. So I mean, if you're into esports, that's
A lot of people come here just for League of Legends.
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah. I guess is there anything else you guys?
Kind of going back to video games real quick.
I'm trying to fight Raiden.
Dude, focus. Come on.
Okay, fine.
Hello.
Hi.
This kind of thing happens.
Yes, the nunchucks just fly by us. That's the kind of thing PAX is. Hi.
People love the game Fanatics. They can't stay away.
They just threw a weapon at us. That's not love.
No, dude, they were just looking for an excuse to come hang out.
So real quick, going back to video games, what surprised me was XCOM. I never played the original. And you think XCOM, alright, it's a strategy game, computer only. I had a chance to try it on the 360 and it worked.
Oh, really?
It actually works. Most RTS games, when you take them to a console, they don't work. They don't have the same.
How is it streamlined for the controller? How is it?
No, it was nice. It's just like, simple. Okay, use the analog. Your unit's gonna go here, and then you just push the button and it goes. That's it. It's nice, simple, and it flows pretty well. Because actually, I was impressed by it, and I'm glad that the changes that they made from what they were going to make XCOM into now, it's perfect.
Did they say they were going to have a big announcement this? But did they?
I haven't seen it. They were supposed to show us a video on the panel, and they're like, "Well, we're gonna show you this." Oh wait, no, we can't. And I'm like, "Are you serious?"
That sucks.
2K.
Yeah.
2K, you're such a tease.
All right, you guys, anything else really struck your fancy?
PlayStation All Stars.
Yeah, it was really fun. If you like Smash Bros, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah,
but
I
it
watched
changes
it and
enough.
I felt like it was exactly the same
Yeah,
thing.
but
the same,
gameplay
but-
changes enough where
But
it's
you
not
have like Smash Bros.
the exact copy.
You have A and B for attacks. Now you have square, circle, triangle. So it's like 50% more attacks possibility.
More buttons.
Yeah, more buttons. There's just more attacks in general. I don't know. It's fun to see Kratos killing Drake and stuff. Like that's what's
Right.
the appeal.
The
of it.
Drake
Yeah.
pushed a column and
Yeah.
then we died.
Yeah, that's like one of his supers.
specials.
Because you have to use supers to
get
eliminate
kills.
your enemies to get kills.
That's the only way
You
you can
can't do
score.
that with standard punches and kicks.
Yeah.
Sly flew around, started bombing us. That's how he.
I'm really happy
that's a lot
Sly's in there. Really happy Parappa's in there.
Yeah.
That is
that was a
awesome.
nice surprise.
That's awesome.
The stages are amazing. There's this one stage where it starts off with the Uncharted plane stage, the
Yeah.
multiplayer map, and it's flying, and you see the trucks behind it. And then in the back, you'll see a airship, and you're like, holy crap, I'm in Bioshock Infinity. I'm in Colombia.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah,
cool
that's
how they
insane. It's
transition
really nice.
levels as you're playing. Because you're in Ratchet
Well,
and
it's
then
not really
boom.
transitioning. It's both at the same time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are a few things that obviously Smash Bros is fun. I played it, but like I was a little turned off by the fact that they've got all of these Sony has a huge library of first party options. Even even with like they're using Raiden, right? Like that's Konami.
Right.
So
And they have Dante from the new DMC.
right, and so they've got these options, and then what? They put Cole and Evil Cole as different
Yeah, that's
characters.
really sad.
It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
If you're looking for another character, you've got options. You don't need to copy paste the guy you're already
it's like
using.
They thought of more moves and they wanted to have him more moves. So it's like, oh, evil, okay, perfect.
Or if we're taking notes off Smash Brothers,
needs
Zelda
like
and Sheik. It's like you
17
have a
more
character that
clones,
switches stances
Yeah,
or something.
I would
You don't-
expect that to be something that you change in game.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
fact that he was two different characters was a little disappointing. And the fact that, making again the comparison to Smash Brothers, All Stars got Raiden, Smash Brothers got Snake.
Yeah,
So-
but
Raiden
I
wins,
think
man.
part of it is.
What?
Raiden's
Dude,
awesome.
Raiden is
Raiden's
over
always
in that
Snake,
game. He's
over
my
always my
Snake.
favorite Metal Gear Solid
I
character.
But I
don't
think
know,
part
man.
of it is because that's part of promotion. Raiden has a new game coming out.
Yeah.
Bioshock Infinity. That's what they
Dante.
have Big Daddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Devil May
Dante.
Cry's a new game coming out.
Yeah.
So that's probably part of the deal
Oh, for
they
sure.
have.
For
I want to
sure.
see Joel and Ellie from Last of Us in
What's
there.
it like Tomb Raider?
Cool.
That would
You're
be
doing a
awesome.
Yeah, Laura Croft would be awesome. Suffice to say, there are so many characters that you could see in this game
Yeah.
that I think, I mean, I can't imagine. If it does well...
Maybe DLC.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it does well, I would expect DLC or something.
Yeah, maybe
We can have that guy from
Yeah.
Heavy Rain. He'd be like, Jason! Jason!
It's your super move. Press X to Jason.
Everyone dies because they're just so annoyed.
They float away on the balloon.
Or Ellen Page from
Beyond?
Beyond.
That'd be cool. Because she has so many cool powers in that trailer.
That's very cool.
Yep. Let's do it.
So, anything else that you guys really just
I think that's it.
thought about? All right. Well, I mean, that seems like a quick wrap up. We've got plenty of interviews coming, plenty of articles describing panels that we went to, gameplay that we demoed, videos that we saw. It's going to be awesome. It's a big event. It was
Really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, it's the last day. We're still have what, like 3 hours, but
24 hours.
yeah, that's a wrap.
So yeah, so check out the site, thegamefanatics.com. And so I'm Ryan.
Jennifer?
Katarina.
William,
Logan.
Ben?
and that's us.
Peace out. Bye.
Dude, I'm really jealous of you, man. That looked like it was a
Yes.
lot of fun. You guys looked like you were having a blast.
Mad props to the crew. They did a lot of good work.
That's great. You know, I'm not really that jealous because we have something cool coming up. We've been cooking up a little bit, something called Extra Life.
So Extra Life is basically a 24-hour video game marathon where we raise money for kids through the Children's Miracle Network. And here in Houston, we're going to do it for the Texas Children's Hospital.
Yeah, that's awesome because we're doing it at the Microsoft store in the
Yes.
Houston Galleria.
So if you're around on October 20th, check us out.
Don't just check us out. Come by
Yes.
and hang out with us because we're also live streaming it. We're going to be playing a lot of games. All right, guys. Now we have something really, really, really exciting to share with you guys. We are wrapping up season 1 with this episode.
Yep.
Season 2 is in the works. We have a lot of really cool content for you guys. It's going to be really awesome.
We got some new shows, probably some new articles, some new cool stuff. We can't wait to show and share to you guys. We got some new faces, some new places.
Dude, we're going to be all up in your spaces, yo. It's going to be freaking awesome. But yeah, thank you guys so much for, coming and sharing our love of video games with us. It's been really awesome reading your tweets, reading your comments, and just seeing how much you guys, want to talk to us. We love that. It's really amazing.
Yep.
I'm Fanatical G. Thank you guys so much.
And I'm Rai Kayari.
Dude, let's get some pizza.
Yeah.